All right, guys, this is Yonli Jr. once again here. So, a little bit more information from this alleged cult leader here to say, Eligio Bishop, aka they call him what, the Nature Boy TV. So, just a little bit more information. So, we have one of the witnesses here that used to be a former of his cult. Her name was Erica Carroll. Okay, and she actually talked about this too, and to the Daily Beast and to the Alive webpage. And Erica Carroll, a former member of the Carbon Nation, she told 11 Live on Saturday that the internet is where Bishop first lured her into the alleged cult. So she said back in 2006, a Facebook post convinced her to move from New York to Honduras to help build a new community focused on nature. Now, it was a video. His channel is still up for obvious reasons, for investigations purposes, so they can actually use that in the court of law if he goes to court. Okay, if it goes to a trial. But he started off like talking about, okay, nature, how important it is being vegan. Talks about like sex, and when you have sex, you pretty much you taking in energy, and you can create soul ties, things of that nature. But he slide a little things in that he believes in polygamy, right? He believes in having multiple wives, and I can see of his talking points that how he can lure like the minds of young people. If you're like 17, 18 years old and you have an identity crisis, or you're trying to find yourself, or you're trying to look for some more information that seem kind of like promising, or yeah, you're gonna get to astrology, you're gonna get into those things that like, hey man, this man might know what he's talking about, and he's gonna build a community. Oh, he's, for a woman, they're like, oh, he's handsome, I love him, he's amazing, he can understand me, and I may have an opportunity to go ahead and see him. Let me go ahead and join his camp. And he does this for so many years, man. Like I said, this was a former model, stripper, all this, barber, and he just has so many demons inside of him. And the fact that is that he is being charged with, I looked at his jail record in DeKalb County. Now they finally updated it, right? So he's been charged with false imprisonment. Pretty much, I think too, one of his videos, he actually locked somebody up in a closet. I mean, he violated the liberty of someone, and just locking them up without their consent. So false imprisonment, rape, okay. Also too, I think it was the sodomy things that was going in. He's just believing like, hey, I need to have, as many sex as I want. But then again, he's going ahead and just giving this knowledge to this so-called knowledge to his people there. So rape, you got all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, false imprisonment. It's just so much, that's and also too, I think it was like he was creating like a lot of havoc stuff. So he was pretty much, his whole ideology was talking about the sexual education, talking about these vegetables and things of that nature. It's super crazy, man. So I'm just glad that he needs to be locked up. And I was listening to Max V, and he had a lot of individuals commenting on there, and actually too, that used to be on the Carbonation group, and he was playing a lot of his videos. And one of the people that actually stood out to me and said that in order for Elijah Bishop, because he got away with this for quite some time. In Hawaii, he got locked up for violating the pandemic protocols. Nicaragua, he's banned. In Mexico, he's banned. Now he's in the United States again. The only way for him to actually stay in prison and be locked up for life is that the people who escape, or the people that were part of his group or currently, needs to speak up and actually speak against him and say, yes, he did this, he mentally abused us, he verbally abused us. That's the only way to keep this man down. So hopefully they will do this. So I'm gonna continue to read a little bit further, okay? So she a Facebook post convinced her to move from New York to Honduras to help build a new community focused on nature. After a few months, Carol said the group eventually settled in Costa Rica. That was in Costa Rica, where they slept outside in tents and ate only fruits and vegetables before being made to work. We had to sit in these long meetings, that's what she said, and he said they were facing our demons while doing that. But basically, he's just projecting onto you what he has going on inside of him. Carol told 11 Live. It was a lot of verbal and mental abuse. Carol said she eventually left the group after witnessing verbal and physical abuse, and believed that since she left Carbonation, the group has only turned more sinister. Those people that are still in the cult, their only hope for is Bishop to be locked up right now, for him to be locked up, period. It's too many things he has gotten away with. Carol added, noting that Bishop was always said he wanted a lot of wives. On Wednesday, Bishop posted a video at a restaurant in Atlanta and Tatum with Several women. Bishop is seen yelling, "The black man is God," several times before adding, "Feel my power, black man. This is your power," in front of restaurant employees. Um, I'll read a little bit more. They said on Thursday, several of his followers posted Instagram videos in which Bishop's voice is heard on the speakerphone explaining the situation to his supporters, nothing that he was trying to help people and feels misunderstood. That's when he talking about they trying to crucify me. He was comparing himself to Christ, Jesus Christ. We are here to be awakened. So this will not turn out like people think it's going to turn out. It's a narcissist, man. I also forgive my accusers. My heart is like as a feather. I am in good spirits. No matter what happens, remember, I am with you forever. But this is not the first time Bishop has faced legal trouble for his role in the last cult. Yep. In June 2020, Bishop was among 21 people arrested in Hawaii. Yep. And Bishop admitted he often describes as a cult leader, and though the distinction was kind of cool. He said, "We're a group of African Americans that are protesting our conditions by leaving them." He added, "They just make us look crazy on the internet." So thing is, man, he needs to, yeah, he needs to be locked up in so many levels. And he's in the DeKalb County Police Department. Like I said, if this goes to trial, I have a strong feeling that he's going to lose. If we have all the witnesses to come out and speak against their, against him and talk about their experiences with this man, he's going to be locked up in the pen forever. So that's the only thing of my hope for. It was, you had to go back into his videos, but he had these women just like standing around him and just doing all crazy things, man, degrading themselves. And it's like they look like they're malnourished. I heard too, it's like one of the women too, they were pregnant and he had sex with, and he got them into like some type of juice so they can go, or herbs, so they can go ahead and have a miscarriage. It's super crazy, man. So I think all this stuff, this evidence, the FBI and I believe the law enforcement, of course, is going through his social media page. That's why it's up right now. And so after they seal the deal with this man, they're going to delete his channel for good. So that's all I really have to say. I'm pretty sure it's going to be more people speaking up. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm out. Deuces.